Hello, everyone. This is Professor Green. This is my third recording of this, so I'm going to try and be fast. I know 5 minutes or less is the goal. Okay, so welcome to 290. There's been a lot of questions about the service learning project. One, you can do it individually, or optionally, if you have a friend or somebody you work really well with and you want to do this together, go for it. It's totally optional, your choice. All right. In this document here, if you're like me, let's start at the end. I like to see what I'm going to be doing. So by week 10, I took all of these are links to former students' SLP projects. Self-love, self-portrait, you'll see what that is. Motivational cards, see a hand, lend a can. All of these cool things like after-school programs. All of these very, very cool things. And you can kind of see giving back to the community, safe community, sign language. One of my students taught her, young ECE students sign language, which I thought was super cool. But really, it's your imagination is your only limitation here. And the simple syllabus. Many of you have pointed out the dates aren't in there. I get it. It's still under construction. Apparently, the simple syllabus is not so simple for me. So I'm trying to work that out. But what I'll talk to you about the cadence of your discussions and your assignments, and that will help you kind of work through that. So take time to go through those assignments. It's really helpful to see the end and where you're going to be in 10 weeks. Okay. And before I go on, a lot of you ask, well, it's 40 to 50 hours of field work. Think of it like a lawyer. Billable hours. Anytime you think about this assignment, it counts towards hours. Anytime you're working at home, it counts as hours towards this assignment. And we estimate that it takes students about 40 to 50 hours throughout the 10 weeks to make this a reality, depending on the complexity of your project. And if you are very ambitious and want to do a great project, that's cool, but make sure it's doable. That's why you're going to propose it to me. And if you're not sure, that's what I'm here for. Run it by me and we'll talk it out. Okay. I included the rubric, which is how you'll be graded. Open that document, go through, and as you're doing your project, kind of grade yourself. That you are the biggest advocate for yourself. So grade yourself and see if you're short in some areas, be honest. And if you are, what can you do to beef that one up and make it better? So that's what you use the rubric for, and that's what I'm going to use when I provide feedback on your final project. And then even more project ideas are here. And let me open this one up real quick. And as you'll see, like a library, motivational cards, after school yoga classes, one student created a community garden, all kinds of cool stuff. Again, it's your imagination and you go for it. And you might be asking, what do I use to create this? Some students use PowerPoint, most use Google Slides. Some students wrote a paper because that's the way they do it. I like Google Slides because you can add a lot of pictures. You can take pictures as you're doing this in the community, working with others. You could create a PDF or other, maybe Prezi's your thing. Go for that too. I'm open to whatever you want to try. And anytime you have a question, this is the SLP parking lot. And what that means is if you have a question, comment, or other, you can add it here. But if you do add it here and it's something you need an answer to, let me know right away because I don't get notified when this is updated. But feel free to add that, or if something really cool happened, put that here too because I love that. So there's that. And then this is your first assignment, an asset mapping. And I put a blank one in, and you're going to be asset mapping. You're thinking, what does the community where I work have already in place? What assets? Could be physical structures like buildings, maybe a park, library, physical spaces. Could be people, the people in the town, tell stories, share stories, all that sort of thing. And then I gave you a sample of a completed one. And for this assignment, I know this is very early in brainstorming, and you're not locked in. Like if you go down a road, a path of a project, and you're like, I don't know, that's okay. We can change. I'm flexible with that. And then I have a lot of questions about the rest of our course. So here's what we can do. And again, since the syllabus is a bit off, generally discussion posts, unless notified otherwise, generally discussion posts, your initial post is due Wednesdays, and then you have the rest of the week until Sunday to respond to classmates. That's every week. And then the exit slip, you do not have to respond to classmates, and that's due Sunday. It's not optional. It's optional to respond to classmates, but it's due on Sunday. And then assignments are due every Sunday evening. And the most important thing that you can do, above all else, if you see something off, communicate with me. And we have a 15-minute rule, which means if you try something and can't figure it out after 15 minutes, email me or text me at that number. And above, stay calm. We're not in brain surgery here. Nobody's in harm's way. We'll figure it out, and you can redo assignments to earn the grade you desire. I believe in that. I only care about you knowing the content. I don't care how many times it takes you to know the content. You just have to communicate with me. That is the biggest thing. I don't need to know all of the ins and outs. I don't want to know all the personal stuff, but just let me know what's going on. Like if something's happening holding you up, just let me know. Talk to me. I'm a human. I have a 10-year-old, a wife, a house, all that sort of thing. So I am here for you. And we pushed back the Zoom meeting this week because of the July 4th holiday. I'm going to add an invite for that for next Monday, and it's optional, but we can kind of go over some of this stuff even more. And I look forward to working with all of you. Have a great rest of the week.